Hello, hello. I'm here, finally. So, wherever you are, whatever time that this stream catches you, uh, you are having a good day, or have had, or whatever. For me, it's about 4:30 in the morning, and I've decided to stream, because I haven't streamed in a bit, and I'm trying to figure some scheduling out right now. Why is this? Hello, hello. And yeah, I have not yet decided what I wanna play actually. So let's just go through my library. Oh, hello Nikichi. How you doing? How you been? Your girl. I'm so happy you could join this stream. That you have time. So let's see, what could we play for tonight? Tonight I'm looking at streaming not for 2 to 2.5 hours, but more like 1.5 hours. Oh, you're doing right. Okay, that's hell yeah. Well, we'll catch you then fully, I guess. But yeah, let's just see what we could do. We've got some nice games here. uh, you're a cutie, you know that. I can't promise that though, but I'll. Will I try? No promises. Um, there are some games that I do like to play, but those take 2 hours to play at least, and I don't have that time today. Um, Maybe I should have thought of this beforehand. It would make for a more streamlined experience, but then again, I am not that streamlined myself. Now, what do I feel like playing? Let's try something casual. All right, so let's try something casual. But I first must figure out if my OBS can actually show this game accurately. So we'll, as soon as the game starts, there it is. We'll switch over to this screen. I still need to figure out something like an overlay I can do. It shall happen in time. But yeah, let's see if I can capture that game, because it doesn't. There's some technical stuff on the back end that has made it difficult so far to capture that specific game. Ooh, but that's looking fantastic already. So it seems that this game is not considered a game by OBS, but just a window. Okay, lines like that. Let's do it like that. So this is Endless Sky, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading if I wanna actually play this on stream. I should adjust the category. There we go. That was a really good sip of strawberry milk. Oh my god, that I really needed that. But yeah, welcome to Endless Sky. The bank's architecture is what you would have called futuristic back when you dreamed that the future would be less squalid than the present. Story above story of curves and spires and balconies, all in gleaming metal. A doorman stands by each of the heavy glass doors. You are wearing your very best clothes, but you feel shabby next to them. The lone broker's office is equally intimidating. Large computer monitors fill the walls with stock quotes and other information, spilling down them almost too fast to read. You occasionally glimpse the names of places that you have only seen in movies. Aldebaran, Tarazet, Earth. The pen is heavy as lead, but glides almost without friction as you print your initials on the bottom of page after page of ominous legal documents and sign several dozen statements, notices, and agreements. The banker, a balding, middle-aged man in a suit that you suspect costs more than a spaceship you're about to purchase, flips the pages past you quickly, uttering a curt, "Sign here, now here," as he points to each page. He moves swiftly, mechanically. The only moment when he becomes truly animated is when explaining the truth in lending statement to you. You are borrowing 480,000 credits, he says, to be repaid over the course of 1 year. Your daily interest rate is 0.4, which means that your daily payments are 2,503 credits. By the end of the year, you will have paid 434,000 credits in interest. Sign here. He grins. You sign your name on one final time. And now, we, of course, as you know on this channel, I am Empress Redbird. But what you don't know until yet, the first name of this character of Empress Redbird is actually Elizabeth. If I can type that in my tired state, we are Elizabeth of House Redbird. The elevator is so well tuned that you do not even realize it is moving until it has deposited you back in the lobby. But as you leave the bank, you are smiling. This crazy adventure suddenly feels real to you. You are going to do it. You are finally going to get off this planet. Compared to the bank, you feel much more at home in the shipyard, walking among the rusted out hulks and new ships that gleam in the sunlight. You smell grease and dirt and rocket fuel, wonderful smells. There are 3 ship models within your price range. Which one you choose will determine your future. Yeah, and there we are. Let me get another sip of strawberry milk. Man, it's like 2 a.m. water, but with more taste. Alright, let's adjust my mic a bit so it doesn't screw up. And for safety, hello, behind the scenes. Alright. Now, we've got 3 different ships here to choose from. Well, it's not really Duskers, but but thank you anyway for your enthusiasm. We are playing Endless Sky today, and just for a bit. Most of it will probably be me reading, because early game has a lot of reading. But we've got 3 different ships to choose from. and I'm not gonna read all of this, but just to give you a short overview, the shuttle is very good at transporting people. It's very fast, it's lightweight, and we will be able to do a lot of missions involving uh, you know, transporting people across the universe. The Interceptor is for, or the Sparrow more specifically, is for when we kind of want to go the pirate route, when we want to steal and plunder and attack people. And while that might sound like a lot of fun, it's actually incredibly difficult to pull off. And so my choice lands on the Star Barge, which is a ship that has not a lot of cannot transport a lot of people, actually just two, but it can carry a lot of cargo, for relative to the others. And so we'll be choosing that. Yeah, and it's a syndicate ship, as you can see, and it's got a lot of numbers that to you don't mean anything yet, but it shall in time, depending on how much we played that. But yes, let's name our ship the SS Endurance. We have only 79,000 credits to go. And I'll take another sip of strawberry milk. Meanwhile, hello Rag, now a bit more official. How you doing tonight? Nikki will join us later, but for now it's just you and me and the other people currently watching. Hello other people. How are all you doing? Whoops. Did I just... No, I didn't. What is... Okay. This game has been updated a fair bit. Ooh. And how were those 3 hours? Did you enjoy your time? Are you rested now? Good sip. Only good sips. Good vibes, good sips, good strawberry milk. That sounds kind of fun. I mean, it's weird, but it's fun, you know? Just nuking in elementary school. Actually, I need to probably adjust this so it doesn't... Oh, wait, no, that... I'm gonna have to figure out how to do chat on screen. You were devastated. Well, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, let's see. With some trepidation, you give the shipyard owner your money, and take your new ship for a test drive, piloting it out of the shipyard and onto a spare landing pad by the spaceport. Then you get out and look the ship over a bit more closely. You are busy polishing out a few rust spots with a piece of steel wool when an old man in grease-stained coveralls walks up. Nothing quite like buying your very first spaceship, he says. Now, how do we respond? I'll go out, right out and say it. This is the do you want to do the tutorial or not option. And for your guys' sake, I think we do want to do the tutorial. So, we'll respond, yeah, I'm still kind of in shock over how much money I spent. He grins. I know the feeling. It's a crime how much interest the banks charge to first timers. It's been their way ever since when I first started out. You're a captain? You ask. Was, he says. Sold on my fleet a few days ago, and I already miss it. But what's time? Time for me to retire. His voice trails off. Then his face lights up. Say, any chance I could hitch a ride with you? Maybe show you the ropes? Maybe give you some pointers? I could pay you, of course. Sure. Where are you trying to get to? Well, he says, I've got a spot reserved in a retirement home, but I don't mind taking a roundabout way to get there. For starters, how about you give me a lift to New Greenland? It's just one jump away from here. I can mark it on your map. Sounds good. Great, he says. My name's James, by the way. Elizabeth Redbird. I'm looking forward to traveling you, Captain Redbird, says James. As you're helping him wheel his luggage aboard and showing him his bunk, he says, Before we take off, you might head on over to the trading center and stock up on medical goods. We can sell those for a good profit on New Greenland. Or take a look at the outfitter if you like, but they don't sell much here compared to on the big manufacturing worlds. So, New Boston, that's where we are. New Boston is a completely unremarkable world, except of course for the fact that you happen to have been born here. Most of the land is wet and marshy, and the coastal regions are prone to flooding. Some food crops are grown here, but most of the farmers instead plant flax and jute, which grow well in the wet soil and are used to make linen and burlap cloth. The textile mills are hot and poorly ventilated, but they offer higher and more reliable income than farming. So, here we can see all of the trade goods that we have in the game that we can purchase. And he told us to stock up on medical, so let's buy all that we can. And also check out the outfitter. Here we got some guns, some turrets, some ammunition, all this good stuff. And we want to buy a local map, which shows us the 12 star systems closest to this one, which is very, very nice, and costs us 1000 credits. And while we're at it, I think I also... Do I need a cooling duct at this point? I don't think I do. I'm not gonna go into much fighting yet. So, yeah, let's not hire a crew right now. Here in the bank we can see the loan we have to pay off in 1 year's time. And usually that's not a problem to pay it off in that time. How much do I have to pay then? I don't know. But let's pay, let's say 30,000 right now, which just a bit lesses our daily drain. Yeah, let's look at the map. This is known space. We can see all these systems. Actually, let me turn up my own brightness. My own screen brightness. There we go. This is the known universe to us, and these are the connected systems we know about, and only because we bought the map. Otherwise it would have just been these 4 systems that we would be able to see. Yeah, here we got New Greenland, and here's a tip for you guys. Normally you can just jump to different systems in a more spontaneous way, I guess. But if you open up the map while you're in port and select the exact planet you want to go to, your ship will land on that ship. It will travel to that system and land on the planet automatically without you having to press additional buttons. So that's a tip for you right there. So we will depart, say hello to our ship. We can fly around, and we don't have to keep flying all the time. We've got conservation of movement, and we're pretty slow right now. Down here you can see some events happening in our system. It's mostly just idle chatter by the NPCs. But yeah, here we can see New Boston, we can see some ships. But let's travel to the Arcturus system to go to New Greenland. Yeah, and as you can see here, I'm not pressing anything right now. This is just the ship automatically landing because we selected that thing. So, as you land on New Greenland, James says, "Congrats on your first trip through hyperspace. I'm impressed that you didn't throw up. Most folks do the first time." "Including you?" you ask. "Yeah, and then spent half an hour in orbit cleaning my cabin while hoping the passengers wouldn't come out in their bunk bed and see a mess. Not my problem, Mom. Anyway, here's your pay." He hands you 10,000 credits. Then he adds, "If you're okay with giving me a lift for a while longer, sell off any of that cargo you bought and then meet me in the spaceport. I'll see if I can rustle up any interesting work for you to do." So yeah, this is a very nice tutorial because we can drop out at any point pretty much. So, New Greenland was first settled about 600 years ago, at the peak of the Turf Wars era, where most planets were controlled by powerful corporations, and their struggles often turned into outright warfare, with privately owned fleets and armies. The people who came to New Greenland were looking for a world so marginal and undesirable that they could live here in peace without being caught in the crossfire. The locals here grow food in greenhouses and specialize in making warm winter clothing, which is this planet's only export. So let's see some trading, and you can see right here, per item of medical, we'll make 93 profit, 93 credits. So let's see, 23,806. Now ain't that absolutely worth it? So remember, kids, whenever you can spare the time, you can spare the cargo space, and you know exactly where you're going and what market prices are there, always stock up on any market goods, unless, of course, you intend to take over some ships on the way by aggressive force. In that case, you better save on your cargo space. So yeah, let's go to the spaceport. The spaceport on New Greenland is small enough that it doesn't take long to find James. He's talking with a man wearing what looks like a doctor's lab coat. "Captain Redbird," says James. "Glad you could join us. It turns out there's been a flu outbreak in Heartland, and they're asking every captain with space to spare to carry some vaccines and other medical supplies over there. Are you willing to help them out?" "Sure. Anything I can do to assist them." "Great," says James. "They'll be loading up your ship shortly. Yeah, this is kind of new. These messages didn't pop up when I played the game most in my life. Unemployed you. Lucky you are that you can visit a different world every work if you went to. I've been stuck on this one filthy little planet my whole life." And we've got some new messages, or some new description. The spaceport is near the equator, but it's still cold enough that there is always some snow on the ground. In addition to the outdoor landing pads, a few hangars are available. an effort by the locals to make the world a little more appealing to merchants passing through the system. You have never seen as many people in fur coats as there are here. What might be considered a luxury in other parts of the galaxy is a necessity here, where the cheapest clothing material is the pelts of indigenous animals. From the size of the claws hanging decorately off some of the coats, you have to give a grudging respect to the hunters. High fashion is not an industry that usually involves risk of dismemberment. So, let's see. Our mission takes us to Kor Karoli and Heartland specifically. Dude, you're maybe one day we'll play all the space games. Like my goal, like at some point, as you know, Rag, but as others people might not, I am currently looking to get a better setup, a better computer, so that I can stream better games, more demanding games. And my goal is to be able to stream No Man's Sky, because I very much like that game. Since its release, it's gotten a ton of upgrades, of updates, and it's so good now. And I would really like to play that for you guys and with you guys. So yeah, I'll have to check out my possibilities. Rag has already sent me a link to look at how to, like, what better equipment I can afford, and I shall take a look at that in the near future, and maybe I can upgrade my stuff, which would be very nice. And yes, the Engoodening of NMS by Internet Historian is a good video. And yeah, let's go to Kor Karoli. It's owned by the Republic, as is everything we can see. Oh yeah, look at Sol. That's secretly, that's where Earth is, and we don't even know about it yet. But yeah, everything here is Republic territory that we can see. So Kor Karoli, Heartland, and we got some more cargo space, and again we can get some medical supplies. Let's get those. And we can only get 2. That's fine. Better than nothing. Yeah. So let's jump over. And as you can see over here, if we have set our target, it automatically jumps to. Wait, let me actually show you. So I'm in manual control now. Whoops, that's bad timing. Oh, that's very bad timing. Let's just quickly reload that save. So, we just got pretty much killed by pirates. But yeah, now we are in manual control, and we need to go up. So, what we can do in manual control is actually, wait, let me stop my craft. Very nice. Now, we can just face the direction we want to go and line up using the J button or the jump button. It will line up, and if we let go, it will jump, and then just float. Normally, a conversation by movement, just float like this, and we'd have to manually redo the jump target by doing it manually. But no, if you've set it already on the map, it will do so automatically, jump for jump, which saves, which is probably the #1 saving on micromanagement in this game. Yeah, let's land on Heartland. You drop off the shipment of vaccines on Heartland and collect your payment of 30,000 credits. Hauling freight, says James. Not the most glamorous job or the most interesting, but you're always guaranteed steady income. And once you know the galaxy a bit better, instead of taking missions, you can find your own trade routes to follow. The only trouble is, build up a fleet with lots of cargo space and not enough defenses, and the pirates begin to take notice. Did you have a lot of trouble with pirates when you were a captain? Some. That's why you can't just go traipsing around the galaxy in a fleet of unarmed star barges. Every pirate within a week's travel will hear you coming through and come after you. In the long term, having a few heavy freighters with good defenses is more cost effective than losing a star barge or two to the pirates on every journey. He picks up his suitcase. If you want to run another mission with me, look for me in the Spaceport. I'll see if I can find something with a bit higher profit margin this time. Heartland is a pleasant world, with a geography mostly consisting of low hills, plains and oceans. The farms here produce bountiful crops, and as a result it has drawn tens of millions of settlers. Many of them now work in factories or assembly lines, in which most of the farm equipment used here and in the surrounding systems is built. Tractors from Heartland are trusted to be well built and sturdy and easy to repair. Some are still in use that were built over a century ago. Yeah, let's check out the outfitter. We got some other stuff here to look at. Ooh, they updated the model for the pilot's license. Yeah. Let's buy another local map, because that's always useful. There's nothing we need to upgrade right now, but yeah. Hello, Nikki! How you been? How was your shopping trip? Let's sell off our medical. Ooh, that's a lot of profit. And while we're here, let's also pay off another 70,000. Yeah. Bloody hot today. Well, yeah, it's Drea. For me, it's been fairly cold again, which I like. Ooh. Yeah, watermelon smoothie is great. You had a watermelon smoothie. I got some strawberry milk, which is done now. We're drinking all the fruit. Yeah, let's go to the spaceport. As you walk through the spaceport, James sees you from a distance and waves you over. As you approach, the smell of raw fish overwhelms you. Found another job for you, he says. Is it by any chance an unusually smelly job? It is indeed, he says, but a lucrative one. 34 tons of raw eel needs to get to Ingot while it's still fresh, and that means it needs to be there no later than the 27th of November. If we take a direct route, there should be no trouble making the delivery on time. What do you say? Sounds good. Let's do it. Great, he says. You might want to stop by the outfitter and buy a local map, by the way. Hyperspace routes aren't always logical, and the last thing you want to do is get lost and end up with a pile of rotten fish that no one's filling up your cargo hold. Yeah, we already got that. We're just a little bit fruity. Yeah. So, unemployed youth. Do you know how lucky you are that you can visit a different world? Oh, that's the same text again. Happening of young elderly starship captains. You won't believe the tall tales that some of them tell. So, the spaceport is a cluster of low buildings. At the center of the port is a special taller building with glass walls on all sides. It houses the tractor showroom. The farmers visiting the showroom look about as exciting as you do when touring a large and well-appointed shipyard. There are tractors with rubber wheels, spiked wheels and tracks, with plows, combines, balers and chaser bins. Tractors barely big enough to sit on, and tractors the size of a small freighter. It's somewhat overwhelming. Half the end. What is... Oh, voice narration. That's only the beginning. Like, it's like, there's only so much text you can see per world. most of the game is actually numbers, which, as you may or may not have noticed about me, I kind of like games with numbers. Visual novel. Oh no, it's not. It's no. This is really just the tutorial. But let's see. Where do we need to go to Tanya Australis immediately, and we don't know what the system is like there. So we can't land on it immediately, but we know about Fekta and the New Sahara, and we know that they really like food. They really like food. Damn. You know, there's in this game, if you see something that is 200, a profit margin of 200, that's like the upper 10% of what you can possibly get, at least in my experience. Oh yeah, also another tip, as you already know, if you select the planet on the map, you'll land on there automatically. And if you over here select what kind of trade good you want to buy, when you then go to the trading tab, it will have automatically selected the correct one that you want. So that's another tip for you guys, in case you ever want to play this game, which, by the way, I haven't mentioned yet. This game is free, and its development is like semi-open source, I think. I haven't looked at it in a while, but yeah, it's a free game, and I've played it a lot. It's really fun when you get into it. So let's go over to New Sahara and hopefully not get attacked on our way over. And also, do we have enough money to... Ooh, we barely have enough money to to pay our weekly rate. Or our daily rate, rather. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, we can... Oh, look at that behemoth. We can actually not pay our rate for a bit, but we shouldn't do it for too long. And we do have that... we do have that deadline of 1 year. Oh yeah. New Sahara is mostly desert and savanna, with very little precipitation. A century ago, some entrepreneurs settled here and built a factory complex that is entirely powered by wind and solar energy, because there are so few cloudy days here, and the wind and sunshine are so reliable. The factory is mostly autonomous, with only a few thousand people living here to perform maintenance or to grow crops in irrigated fields. So let's sell off our stuff. That was some nice intake of stuff here. We got no outfitter here. Let's look at our bank. Yeah, we're coming along for playing the game for about a week. In game, we're doing pretty well money-wise. So yeah, let's go to Tanya Australis and see what planets we can land on there. Actually, what's our mission right now? We need to go to Ingot. Alright. Let's keep our eyes open on Ingot. And as you can see on the map here, we've got Ingot and what seems like... Yeah, this is Ingot. And apparently there's something else over here. Or no, that's just the sun. Alright. Disregard. Ooh, somebody's scanning us. It's a Republic ship. Sometimes Republic ships will scan us if they suspect us of carrying illegal cargo or flying in a stolen ship, which I don't think we're ever gonna do. But yeah, it's just a fun little thing that makes for some additional risk in this game. By now, your entire ship smells like brine and raw fish, but as best as you can tell, the fish is still fresh enough to eat. The dock workers on Ingot offload without comment and give you your payment of 35,000 credits. If you can line them up right, says James. Rush deliveries can be your best source of income as a freighter captain. And keep your eye out for missions with large amounts of cargo too, because your barge's hold is definitely big enough to handle them. And if you got any cargo space to spare, and you know what the prices are going to be at your destination, be sure to stock up on something you can sell for a profit. So yeah, here the tutorial reiterates what I've already commented on. Yeah, Nikki, being a space pirate sounds fun, but it is also very stressful, at least in the early game. It gets easier the farther along we go, but choosing a pirate vessel as your first ship is not something I would recommend. And especially if you kind of play with permadeath, because as you may have noticed, I already reloaded the save because things went south. Yeah, playing as a pirate can get you killed very fast in this game. And also, Rag, as of now, we don't even have the option to carry illegal goods. For that, we have to do a bit of traveling. And a bit of story stuff has to happen. But, you know, maybe we'll do it someday. But probably not today, not this stream. But yeah, what would you recommend if... No. Was that what you did for your whole career? Well, he says, back when I was a bit older than you, Wait, back when he was a bit older than us? What does he mean? Back when I was a bit older than you, I piloted a Firebird for a while, escorting merchant convoys up and down the rim. I used to hope we'd get attacked. I'd disable the pirate ships and rob them blind. Turnabout is fair play after all. Then one day I got a bit too greedy and thought I'd try to capture a pirate ship or two to add more firepower to my fleet. We boarded their ship and I sent my crew through the airlock to kill off the pirates. And it turns out the pirates had grenades. 4 of my men were dead before I even realized what was happening. We had to retreat and then limp back to the port without even enough crew left uninjured to pilot the ship right. After that, I decided to stick to less risky jobs. He glances towards the spaceport and says, "Anyway, if you want to make one more trip with me, you know where to find me." Ingot is a volcanic moon, totally unsuitable for life, but rich in metal. The miners who work here must spend all their time inside pressurized buildings, because Ingot has almost no atmosphere to slow them down. Meteorites are a constant danger to the colonists. The shells of the buildings have multiple layers, designed to be self-sealing in any but the largest of impacts. Most of the mining is done remotely by robotic vehicles, but someone still needs to be present to control them and to make repairs when something goes wrong. So we didn't have any trading goods, but here we can see some relative values to what's nice here and what's not. Let's go to the outfitter and buy another local map. And let's see, Spaceport. You find James talking with a group of miners, who seem to be old acquaintances of his. As you approach, he says, "Well guys, here comes my ride. I should probably say goodbye." They head back off to do their work. "Every time I land here," says James, "I'm amazed that the station hasn't been wiped out yet by a meteorite. Can you imagine spending your life here?" It does seem awfully isolated, but some people might enjoy the solitude. "I suppose," he says. "Anyway, I think it's time for the last leg of my journey. Do you think you can give me a lift to Hestia? I'll pay you quite well for your services, of course." "Sure, I can take it there." Once again, you walk back to your ship with James. Once you get there, as he's stowing his luggage, you pull up the information your computer has in Hestia. It's one of the paradise worlds, terraformed to have a perfect climate, accessible only to the very wealthy. You wonder whether James is going to be able to fit in there. In this spaceport, a ship stuck inside a hangar whose ceiling protects them from meteorite impacts. The hangar is not pressurized, so there are also landing tubes that connect to each other of the visiting ships. Many of the people inside are carrying emergency oxygen masks in case a sudden impact ruptures the building. In addition to being the spaceport, this complex is also the repair and control center of the mining robots. There are a handful of buildings elsewhere on Ingot, but not many. You cannot imagine spending so much time with so little space or change of scenery. So yeah, let's look at our spaceport. We need to get to Hestia. Where is Hestia? It's just over there. Do we have any interland? We don't, but we can land on Alphard. And for look at the we're gonna stock up on luxury goods. Not all though, because we can't afford that. Let's see, what's our daily payment? It's about 2,000. We gotta make 2 jumps, so we need 4,000 in savings. And we actually need 6,000, I think, because we're gonna depart. It's gonna count as a day. Then we've got to do one jump, that's another day, and another jump, that's another day. So we actually need 6,000 in reserves. So yeah. So yeah, that's two thingies, and now it's another jump, which is the 3rd day. Yeah, exactly. So welcome to Alphard and Follower. You know, early game is pretty chill. It's an easy little game, but then faster it kind of becomes a bullet hell with a lot of shooting and a lot of combat. But I've been meaning to show you this game anyway for a while now, and I finally figured out how to do it. And yeah, it's just a chill little time. I'll have to figure out a schedule on what games to play what days, but for that I first need to figure out a way, like how to schedule my life, really, my private life. That's been kinda packed as of now. Follower is on the edge of the Paradise Planet's region of space. Not really one of them yet, but aspiring to be. It is prosperous, but from manufacturing rather than law or finance or venture capitalism. A significant fraction of the local taxes collected here are being spent on terraforming, raising global temperatures, and reducing seasonal fluctuations. The goods produced here always have a ready market to purchase them, so Follower's job economy is considered very stable. As one of the few planets still actively engaged in terraforming, Follower has been the location of several experiments with new technology, trying to leapfrog the centuries-slow process that other worlds have gone through. Unfortunately, most of these experiments have failed, sometimes spectacularly. So let's sell off our goods for quite some profit. Buy another local map. Ooh, we can buy some laser rifles here. That is actually pretty good. We'll get that in time once we get attacked by pirates. As you can see here, we've got a lot more stuff to choose from. We got more guns, which need to be like normal guns. You can only they only hit people directly in front of you, like in your direct line of sight. And there's a lot of reading here that we can do another time. I think I'm gonna read stuff if I buy it, and not when I just see it. But yeah, turrets, they fire on people that are nearby in a range around you. So those don't need our ship to be aimed directly at our enemies. Secondary weapons can be like these medium missiles are they are homing missiles, so it's It's also like a turret, but it's usually got a better range. Let's see, what's the range on this one? 300. And here it's 5,300. Oh, hello, Fate Maker. It's going pretty well. Thank you for joining us in our quest in the endless sky. Yeah, here's some more stuff that is all very, very nice to have in the mid game or late early game, I guess. Some of stuff, and we've got more thrusters, which have a better output, but they are very expensive. Like even the cheapest one is 140. That is insane. Yeah, we don't have that kind of money right now. Let's look at the shipyard. Ooh. Look at these transports. The Star Queen for 7 million credits. We've got a light freighter. Those are pretty good. These light freighters. It's usually good to stock up on those guys. No, not the hauler. Not the hauler. There's another ship that is very, very good. Yeah, here look at the behemoth, the literal behemoth. That's 14. Damn, that's so expensive. I don't think I've ever found a use for that large ship. Like, it's usually there's some meta tactics you can do, but I'll have to see. I'm probably not gonna go to meta late game just for the sake of it being a fun ride for viewers. Yeah, we've got some warships here, like the Headhunter, the Raven, medium warships like the Firebird, the Mule. Yeah, the Firebird. I know it. I know, right? And here we've got the Leviathan, which is very good, which is a big ship. But yeah, we cannot afford any of that right now. Let's go to the Spaceport. We judge however much interest the market will support. The only captains who can't manage to pay their debts are the ones with no business sense whatsoever. The Spaceport is a single skyscraper, 50 floors tall and as wide as it is high, with the floors twisting around each other in a helical pattern, so that on each level the landing bays are approached from a slightly different angle. The whole structure is built of steel and gleaming glass. Inside, the soaring ceilings give you more of a sense of opulence than of comfort. Oh, it's all Endless Sky viewers, huh? Oh hey, that's some people. Hello, people. That is, but yeah, thank you very much. That guy, I mean, it's an old white dude. Don't all look like that. But yeah, we have yet to bring James to Hestia, but now we've got our local map, and we can see Hestia, and we can see that they like industrial goods. So let's stock up on those. Sell off 1, 2, and let's go. Yeah. Empress Redbird is extending the influence of the Eternal Empire into endless skies. Oh, that reminds me of whatever games I wanted to stream another time. As you're piloting your ship down to land on Hestia, James disappears into his bunk room. After the ship has landed, he comes out, no longer in the grease-stained coveralls he's been wearing up until now, but in a suit. As a lifelong textile worker, you automatically note that the suit is made of real wool, very finely woven, and that it has been tailored to fit him. He moves down the front of the suit distractedly and then looks at his hands as if unsure of where to put them. How do I look? He asks. Like a millionaire. Well, that's the other thing about being a captain, he says. You can get filthy rich. There's an awkward pause. You're unsure of how to respond. Then he says, Thing is, this here planet is one of the most exclusive retirement communities in the galaxy. Plenty of the locals are probably worth more than 1 billion credits, but they're mostly financial business types or old money. I'm rich enough to be here, but I just hope they're willing to socialize with someone who made his fortune flying a ship. Before you go, is there anything else you'd like to ask me about being a new pilot? Well, let's see. Where can I find well-paying jobs? Oh, can I ask a couple of jobs, huh? Getting good jobs is more about having the space to accept the good jobs than it is finding them. But if you're looking for jobs that pay well for little effort, then you'll want to watch out around your holidays. There's always a big celebration on Earth every Earth Day, so pay attention to the job board in the months leading up to that. The people down in the Rim have some month-long celebration every August that you should look out for. Ooh, every August. What else do we want to miss? I think we'll manage. We'll see that in time. He hands you a credit chip worth 30,000 credits and says, Better luck to you, Captain. Don't hesitate to look me up if you're ever in the area. And remember to check the spaceports wherever you land. You never know who you'll find wandering around there. That is nice. In the distant past, Hestia was a nearly lifeless ice world. It is now a subtropical paradise, one of the great victories from the heyday of planetary engineering back when the galactic economy had more money to spare for terraforming. Today it is mostly a retirement community for those who can afford it, although most of the population consists of young service workers in rented housing who take care of the retirees. On Hestia, the poor live in cities, the rich live in country estates. Aside from the urban centers, most of this world is covered in rolling green hills and oceans. Lovely. Let's buy another local map. Honey, it's 6 a.m. Time to buy a local map. Yes, honey. So let's check the spaceport again. Ooh, and we immediately get a mission. Hell yeah. As you walk through the spaceport, you hear a voice behind you saying, Excuse me, Captain. You turn around and see a woman trying to flag you down. Her hairdo is tall and somewhat confusing. Her high heels are also tall and are giving her considerable trouble as she walks towards you. You're like that sort of captain I can trust, she says. My darling Pookie has been visiting her aunt in Shroud, and it's time for her to come home. But she's not used to space travel and it scares her. I would feel so much better if you could go pick her up and bring her back here. Can you do that for me? You can't help noticing that the jewelry she's wearing probably costs as much as a small fighter craft. This job sounds easy and has the potential to be quite lucrative. Let's accept that. And I just need to catch up and check. Can I pick up some milk? We'll have to see. Some food. Yeah. I mean, you guys don't realize he's just out to do some space missions. He'll be right back. It's just the economy is in shambles. And he has to fight off some pirates. So your dad is coming home. Just you wait. You tell her that you would be glad to assist and that you can personally assure her that no harm will come to Pookie while on board your ship. She thanks you and gives you contact information for her aunt in the Alhika system. Hestia has 2 separate spaceports. The port where rich residents and their visitors arrive and depart is private, owned by a local company. Here's the public spaceport. No attempt has been made at impressive architecture. Everything is square and utilitarian. Thank you. With floors of bare cement. There are a few trucks and forklifts carrying cargo, but the streets that connect the landing pads are mostly full of people on foot, walking towards the customs building. So, yeah. Let's just look at where we want to go. Oh, up there? Okay. Let's hope that we can get a connection from Canopus. Canopus? Let's see. We cannot do a mission on the way. That's another thing. Wherever you go, wherever you get a mission, check for missions that you can do along the way. For us, that's not the case. But as you can see here, we've got 3 yellow lines here, and then an orange or red one over here. That means that for that jump, we don't have enough fuel, not enough jump fuel. Jump fuel gets recharged every time we land and for free, but we only have a certain capacity at once. Like if we look at our ship, I pulled up this screen pressing I, by the way, and we can see a lot of stuff here, but let's look at our ship. Our fuel capacity is 300, and every hyperdrive jump consumes 100 fuel. Yep. So we can do 3 jumps total before having to land somewhere. Later in the game, it's possible to regenerate hyperfuel just by idling around somewhere, which, like, out of game takes quite some time depending on your loadout, but in game it saves you a whole day. So if you got that installed and you're running low on if a deadline is coming up and you're not sure whether you're gonna make it, you can use that to recharge your jump fuel without having to spend a day refueling, and save quite some time that way. Yeah. Ooh, we've got a logbook. Very nice. Yeah. Ooh, let's look at the factions. Pirates. In poorer and more remote star systems, where the Navy seldom patrols, pirate attacks on merchant ships are frequent. Pirates are also known to attack large, unguarded convoys of freighters, even in more populated areas. Most pirate fleets come from lawless worlds on the outskirts of human space. The Republic. Hundreds of years ago, the independent territories in different parts of human space agreed to join together into a single democratic government, with Earth at its capital. The rise of the Republic ushered in a long period of peace and prosperity in human history. Representation in the Republic Parliament is based on population. This means that some individual paradise worlds have more representatives than entire regions of space, like the Dirt Belt, that are more sparsely settled. And the Syndicate. The Syndicate is a megacorporation, the largest employer in human space. People who cannot find steady work elsewhere flock to the Syndicate factory off-worlds, where they are almost guaranteed to find a job. Although the Syndicate is technically part of the Republic, Syndicate worlds are governed directly by the corporation. The Syndicate is a central part of the Republic's economy, but they are also well known for selling shoddy products and for doing damage to the environment in the worlds they control. Their treatment of workers is questionable, and their opposition to organized labor is legendary. Some Syndicate factory towns have even been accused of human rights abuses. Oh no, could you imagine mega corporations in the real world doing questionable workers' rights and polluting the planet they're on, and I don't know, abusing human rights abuses? Like, could you imagine that if that was real? Damn, I don't want to live in a world like that. We're all gonna die. So let's see, can we get some more stuff? No. We want to get to Pookie, to get that planet, and we want to land on Pearl on the way, so let's stock up on, electronics. Sell all, buy all. How many jumps is it? That's 3 jumps, so we gotta do 4 payments. You know me. 4 jumps. That's $8,000 roughly. Um, but the score is gonna lessen while we do that. So let's pay off 24,000. I don't know. Yeah, let's go. I mean, flying around in space like this, you know, jumping systems every day. I feel like going existential is inevitable in that situation. Just sitting around thinking about stuff, looking at the vast emptiness of space. I'm sure you can get quite existential there. You know, while I'm looking at, let me drag chat over there and see if that works out well. So, Pearl is an idyllic forested world, mostly set aside as a wildlife sanctuary for imported exotic species. Each of the islands and continents houses animals and plants from a different planet's biosphere. Terraforming stations and satellites maintain the atmospheric gas levels in order to keep each island at the proper temperature and rainfall level. Some of the islands are open for tourists and safari tours, and even for hunting. Others are owned by private companies and used for medical research. People with training in veterinary medicine are always in high demand here. Yeah, right. I'm small and insignificant, or I'm the living universe looking back on itself. Well, the man in Washington says, I am small and insignificant. The man in the bank says, I'm the living universe looking back on itself. But I dare to ask the questions, why not both? Let's sell all our trading goods. And let's check the spaceport. Housekeeper. Rich kids are so pampered that they've never been so much set to watch the station their entire lives. It makes me wonder how they hope to be independent adults one day. The spaceport is one of the smaller islands where the outside contagions brought in by visiting ships, including the rats and insects that inevitably stow away inside cargo crates, can be kept in isolation. The spaceport is located on a mountain slope immediately above a seaport, where visitors can charter a ship to one of the other islands. The warehouses for incoming and outgoing supplies are massive, but have been dug partly into the mountain so that the part of them that extends above ground is less prominent. So let's check our map for we still have to do another jump, right? And we don't know what awaits us there, so let's just see what we can do. Whoop, and some pirates dodge right as we left. Let's see. Oh, we can actually go over there. Do you have an outfitter? Splash Town? Alright. They are friendly. Very good. They don't have an outfitter. Okay. So let's not stop there, but instead fly along. And we can land on Shroud, so let's do that, because that's where we need to go. So, you called ahead while your ship was landing and agreed to meet Pookie's aunt at the spaceport. She told you, meet me outside the shop with the ridiculous sheepskin coats. The shop is not hard to find. The mannequins in the window look like feral sheep with overgrown wool and bad need of grooming. The only person standing outside the shop is a tall woman in a suit who is busy making furious marks on some sort of document with a red pen. She has a small poodle on a leash. It is busy nipping the heels of everyone who walks by. Let's interrupt her. Excuse me, you say. She looks up at you with a withering glare. I'm looking for someone named Pookie. Thank heavens, she says. She's all yours. She hands you the leash and a large bag that appears to be full of chew toys. Here are her toys, her food, and her outfits, which she hates. Feed her twice a day or she will go berserk. Do not feed her more than twice a day or she will throw up. Oh, don't you hate dogs like that? As she continues rattling off instructions, you ask, Wait, Pookie is the dog? Short for Pocahontas, she explains. Good luck, and I hope my sister pays you well. She walks away. There's nothing else you can do but bring Pookie back to your ship, where she immediately lifts her leg against the landing strut. She lifts her... Okay. Imagine calling your dog Pocahontas and then shortening it to Pookie. I feel like there's a statement about about some sort of ethics in there, but let's not start. Shroud is a world of castles in the clouds and slums in the valleys below. High on the mountain peaks, above the clouds, the planet's few elites live in splendid mansions. Below them, the people work mostly in textiles, farming cotton, raising sheep, working at looms and sewing machines in dimly lit factories. The level of intrigue and dalliance between the bored gentry could easily compete with the most lurid and unrealistic of Victorian fiction. Also, I realize that's a gentry, but I like gentry. Ooh, look at the particle cannon. Nice. More stuff to buy, like an Armageddon core and a fusion reactor. Because why not? Some more thrusters and a local map. My nose is itchy. No sneeze though. Just itch. Let's look at the shipyard. Ooh, we got the Falcon, hell yeah. And the Blackbird. Why no Redbird? Yeah, nothing to buy here. So we need to... Your current missions, Pookie. We gotta do Pookie. Wait, hold on. There's no other missions here. But we can fly over to there. That's good. So we want to go to... oh yeah, we don't have a mission. Let's see, do we want to go to Calda or Vile? Let's go to Vile. And sell them clothing. As much as we can. Uh-oh, that's bad, that's, oh my god. Oh. Well. Thank you for joining me today. This has been... Oh no. You know, we're actually not... Yeah, we have died. So let's load that save. Yeah, and there's nothing we could have done except maybe land again. But even that would have taken too much time, I think. We're closing in on time. I've been wanting to do a shorter stream today anyway. But we still got more, so I'm not gonna call it just yet. So, you know, let's do our second attempt. The RNG has been reset. Or I thought it did. That was close. Yep. That's different RNG. Another pirate ship flew by us. Are we... we're considered a sitting duck, but we have no specific piracy threat on top of us, so... I don't know why they were so... forceful just now. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Please, please. Help me. Help me. Please, 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 please. I just want some peace and quiet. Thankfully, our hull hasn't been attacked yet, but our shield, which is slowly recharging. But yeah, hopefully we can land right here. Oh, it's up above. Okay, okay. Let's land. Yeah. Vile is an entire world that is maintained as a ski resort for rich clients from nearby planets. A combination of terraforming and snow making ensures that whichever hemisphere is in winter always has ideal skiing conditions, while farming and other small industries supply the tourists and large staffs that cater to them. That was a difficult sentence to read, huh? The slopes here include tracks for all the latest dangerous and expensive extreme winter sports like hoverboarding and wingsuit cliff skiing. So, let's give you some clothing for your winter months. And ooh, we got another mission for Pollux. And it's also to Martini. So that's a 2-in-1. Let's do that as well. What's that? Sure, we can also go to Castor. But first, it's time to drop off Pookie at Hestia and sell them some medical supplies. And hopefully not get yeeted on the way there. So guys, tell me, imagine you lived in this kinda universe. What career path would you take? Would you do piracy? Would you do cargo? Would you transport people? Would you even be a space captain? Or would you just do something on planet? In the past few days, Pookie has barked incessantly and thrown up several times, despite being fed perfectly on schedule, and the room you've been keeping her in will likely smell like dog urine for months. You're all too happy to return her to her owner, who pays you 80,000 credits. Well, thank you. Interstellar hooker. Dude, the market for interstellar prostitution must be so difficult to get into, just because you're literally competing with entire solar systems of people. Yeah, 80,000 credits. That's appreciated. It very much is. Now let's go. We gotta go to Martini. Maybe we can get some Martini. What a story, Mark. Yeah, let's look at our bank. A Martini. A Martini. So we still gotta pay about 1.8 for how much? That's only one trip, so we gotta pay about 3.7 to make that happen. So let's make a payment of 90,000, and that should just about do it. We already got a trading, yeah. Alright, let's go to Martini. Yeah. There we go, Martini. Your ship is directed to the rear loading dock of a very impressive eatery. White-gloved waiters gingerly unload the cargo of frozen vegetables and relay your payment of 17,000 credits. You drop off your cargo of solid-state relays and collect your payment of 19,000 credits. Martini is a world of exotic beaches and perfect weather. The Republic's central bank and the Galactic Stock Exchange are headquartered here, and so much money flows through this world's economy every day that the cost of utterly controlling its weather and climate is only a drop in the bucket. Not surprisingly, real estate prices here are astronomical. A small condo in one of Martini's main cities costs more than a capital starship. Jesus. And you don't even get money out of it. Let's see. Spaceport. Okay, what voice do I give her? I keep hearing rumors about ships disappearing north of space. It's probably a bunch of hot air, but either way, I'm staying away from there. The spaceport is a set of 4 skyscrapers, joined by bridges and platforms at various levels. Hangars are built directly into the towers themselves, with deflector shield generators set up to ensure that ships do not crash, intentionally or otherwise, while approaching the towers to dock. Inside, all the floors and walls are gleaming granite, with teams of workers constantly polishing everything to ensure that not even so much as a fingerprint smudge is visible. Alright, so now on the mission here. But instead, let's set course for Geminis and sell them some industrial goods. So, how you liking the game so far? Some people are watching but not commenting, so I hope you guys are enjoying your time. Also, we can drag in this game, I totally forgot. But yeah, I hope it's at least a well, hello Tara. Very bold of you to just come into my Twitch stream and say the N-word right away. This game is Endless Sky. It's not an unknown game, but I think it's also not I don't think it's very much talked about. But yeah, it's a fun little free game with a lot of economy and space stuff. And alright, at least it looks neat, you know. If you, as long as you enjoy me playing it, it's good. So, you wish your passenger the best of luck in Geminis and collect your payment of 6,000 credits. 6,000 is almost cheap change, but it pays our daily stuff, so, you know. Geminis, although not the most hospitable of worlds, is a young enough planet that large stores of iron, titanium and other metals are easily accessible near the surface. For that reason, it has become one of the Republic's primary shipyards. More than half the warships in the Navy were constructed here. The constant volcanic activities leaves the planet perpetually shrouded in clouds of ash and fog, so that being outside means being in a twilight haze with low visibility. Probably in compensation for this, interior spaces tend to be brightly lit and painted in bold colors. It do involve maths, but don't worry, chat. You don't need to do any math, unless I specifically ask you to, or if you want to pog off. Nikki, that's really nice of you that you enjoy anyway. Also, my alarm is going off. But I can do a bit more. I said that I'd do it shorter, but you know, it's more time efficient to just keep on streaming and not do anything else while I still have time. Honey, it's a new star system. Time to buy a local map. Yeah, there's some more stuff we can buy here. Luxury accommodation. I've never seen that. Ooh, that's nice. If ever we want to go into people transportation. Asteroid scanner. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, let's look at the shipyard. Oh, we could buy another star barge for 400,000, which we cannot afford right now. Ooh, we've got the frigate, the Rainmaker. Yeah, we need a Navy license for that, and I don't know how we can get a Navy license. Maybe that's something late game. Well, we can attack people minding their own business, but there's nobody strictly considered innocent, you know? Not everybody's a criminal, but not everybody's innocent either. Oh, we can get the cruiser and also not the carrier. Man, the carrier looks so bonkers. I remember when first I played this game, you could only see them from above, like a 2D kind of deal. And now it's a bit strange to just see it as actual models. You know. There you go, industrial goods. Let's check out the spaceport. My team is sinking the rankings again. I should have known better than to put 500 credits on them when they had a bad season opener. You know, it's kind of funny how insignificant sports teams and all that jazz looks like when you're just traveling space. Like everything else in Geminis, the spaceport is not terribly pretty, but is functional and efficient. Each of the wide hallways is marked out like a road, with space in the center for electric cars carrying cargo, while pedestrians are relegated to the edges. The hub of the spaceport is a food court with a ring of shops in the center and seating on the outside, where you can look out of plate glass windows at the lava fields and caldera outside. By night, you can see the volcanic glow all around the horizon. That is nice. Just a quick question. What's caldera? What are caldera? The space CIA. Dude, that's just normal CIA in a couple of years. Yeah, let's look at our job board. Bulk delivery to Nimbus. 90,000 credits, damn. 16. Let's just look at high numbers that are to the fine citizens of Gemini seek a compassionate captain for a mission of mercy to donate 9 tons of helmets to the underdressed and fashion-deprived souls of Humanica. Damn. A large depression formed when a volcano erupts and collapses. Dude, so that's just me then. A large depression every time some minor inconvenience happens. I'm kidding. I'm not depressed. Don't you worry. Man, there's not a lot. We're gonna get more available missions once we have explored more of space. But for now, let's just do. Ooh, we can go to Sol. Yeah, let's go to Mars. You know what? Let's go to Mars. Make a stop on. Ooh, that's a pretty good trade route. We could just like go to Relic and back and just buy and sell metal and medical supplies. Yeah, let's actually do that after the Sol mission. Well, Terra, you say that, but space is big. Because look, here's a dietitian already who's not strictly Caucasian. There are probably thousands of edible native plants on every world human beings have colonized, but people still prefer the plants we brought with us from ancient Earth. They told me that they wanted the landscaping to be classy and entertaining, so I constructed a giant hedge maze. I have a rich client on Hestia who pays me 1,000 credits a day just for recording videos where where I bestow extravagant compliments on him. Curious. Damn, there's so many people here. It's been so many centuries since the Regalian Plague that most spaceports don't even have quarantine facilities anymore. When the next big one comes, we'll be woefully unprepared. That kinda hit different. Yeah, welcome to the rice fields, Rag. The family I work for offered to let me live in a room in the attic for free, but I'm not sure I want to have that little separation between work and my personal life. Yeah. Alright, that's... Damn, they added some stuff. Was that just... What are some of these pictures? Oh wait. I like this guy. It kind of boggles my mind to imagine that tomorrow I'll be a dozen light years away. We lead exciting lives, but sometimes I wonder if we don't take enough time to appreciate what's right in front of us. Damn. Damn. Speaking the truth.
We recently put a restored 20th century shipping container on display. You can hardly tell the difference from the one in use today. Isn't historical inertia fascinating?
It kind of is. It kind of is. Number actor. Dude. Yeah, he looks like a hyperspace relay engineer.
The Hyperspace Communications Network is a marvel of public infrastructure, but most people just take it for granted.
There's a specific guy, though, that I want to see again. He looked like out of a painting. I wonder where they got those pictures. If it's just like people contributed, but I'm guessing not really. Like, I don't think this... I mean, yeah, probably paid stock pictures. Man, I feel like there was one guy, like a bearded guy, but he was coming in from the left. And it looked like a painting. Or maybe it was just the hyperspace relay guy, and I am remembering it incorrectly. Oh, there it was, and I skipped right through him. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and... I'm not gonna sit here and let me... Yeah, let's go to Sirius. With the metal that we have. Yep, let's go. Damn, that's a lot of Republic ships. But yeah, let me actually keep an eye on my time, so that I don't do way much overtime, like more than I can afford. Or, I mean, I could go for longer, but I don't want. I want to go to work early, and then leave early, and then I can take care of some other life stuff, you know? So, Relic was colonized over 700 years ago, back when the construction of the first hyperdrive was still a living memory. At this point, most starships had a very limited range, so the stars adjacent to Earth were the only viable opinion for any colonization attempts. I feel like that should say were the only viable option. But, you know. Because of this, Relic seemed like it was going to become a major colony, despite its low gravity, harsh environment, and limited resources. That you don't need an apostrophe here. It's actually wrong because that is a shortening of it is, but we're talking about it's a possessive word, so it's just its. Empress nitpick. So, wait, nitpick Redbird. Yeah. However, this would not last. In less than 50 years, the colonies had spread to much more favorable planets, and Relic was left behind by most human development. Damn. Let's see. No more jobs for Sol. We want to go to Mars. And they would like some eco clothing. Yeah, and let's actually spend some time in the Sol system where humanity originated. I don't think we have that much freedom in this game of populating the galaxy with cats. But then again, I've never played through the story of this game because it's quite extensive. Maybe I'll make this a series. We'll see. We'll see. You say farewell to your passengers on Mars and collect your payment. Like maybe endgame. There's some more player interaction happening. Of like, I don't think we can establish our own government or anything. And planets are also limited as far as I can tell, so it's not generated. Yeah, Endgame. I sure wish a certain person would talk at length about Endgame. Avengers Endgame. So, Mars was humanity's first attempt at terraforming. Although it remains a dry, cold desert, the air is now breathable without an oxygen tank, and there are sections of the planet where a fair number of plants can grow. Because far more hospitable plants are available to those with enough money to pay for interstellar travel, the farms and ranches of Mars are run mostly by poorer Earth families who want to escape the pollution and congestion, along with some young adults who do farm work to help finance their once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to stand on another world. Yeah, let's say some clothing. And are there any very good jobs right now, or do we want to skip stuff? There's nothing. 14,000. Alright, we can do a bit of just idling about. So let's land on Earth. There it is. Hello, Earth. The ancestral home world of humanity, Earth has a population twice that of any other inhabited planet. Sprawling cities cover large portions of its surface, many of them overcrowded and dangerous. Some people work to scrape together enough money to leave, while at the same time others, born on distant worlds, make a pilgrimage of sorts to see this planet that once cradled the entirety of the human species. Earth is also the capital of the Republic. Representative government becomes complicated when one's planet has a greater population than 100 planets elsewhere. As a result, settlements of less than 1 million are grouped together into planetary districts that elect a single representative between them. A source of much frustration in the frontier worlds. Yeah, space democracy is complicated. Oh dude, Tara, that was your favorite part as well? Man, we are so much alike. We should collaborate. Let's see, what do we got? We got a spaceport. A woman in a suit walks up to you and says, "Pardon me, Captain. I represent a recently deceased client here on Earth whose legal papers need to be delivered to his next of kin on Cornucopia in the Kappa Centauri system. Would you be willing to do some courier work? The papers must be delivered by the 17th of January. Sure. Where is that? Oh, that's way far. What? By the 17th of January. For 3014. That's You know what? Let's try. Let's try. Dilly-dallying is over. Let's go to New Boston, our home planet, and sell some plastic. What a story, Nikki G. The largest blunt to have ever existed. Oh yeah, Tara, Nikki, Rag, and I watched The Room about 2 days ago, and Rag and I had never seen it before that point. And man, it's a movie. It certainly is a movie. Yeah, join us next time for join us for next movie night of stuff that Rag and I haven't seen ever. Let's hope that there's something there. Well, it is a movie. Everything above 40 minutes is a feature-length film. So, you know, how's the bank situation looking? Let's pay off another, I want to say 60,000. Yeah, to lessen our daily payment. I mean, I've seen Anchorman. I haven't seen Anchorman 2, though. But I also hear it's not as good. But yeah, there's a couple movies we still need to watch. Oh, you haven't seen Anchorman? Yeah, that's gonna be we're gonna be popping your cherry then. Me included. It's gonna be a 3-on-1. Don't even get me started. Like every time Nocturnal comes up to me, is like, dude, I just saw this movie. It's so good, and I'm like, what is that? And she's like, dude. Every time I talk to Nocturnal, there's like 20 films I'm missing. There's so much stuff I haven't seen. In the year 2994, Hope was a somewhat cold but otherwise hospitable planet, home to a burgeoning population of almost 2 million people. But that year, a supervolcano eruption ejected so much dust into the atmosphere that a new ice age set in, and the planet became unlivable. As the temperature steadily dropped, nearly half the Republic Navy was mobilized to evacuate settlers from Hope and transfer them to nearby colonies. The evacuation effort took 6 months. The abandoned villages and towns are now buried deep beneath the snow, and occasional treasure hunters come here to explore them and find items of value that were left behind. And we can do nothing here. Let's hope there's some kind of map over there. Hello? Oh, because we can't make... Oh. Well, let's ask this guy for help. Yes, we would like some fuel. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, we can, if we're in trouble, we can ask NPCs for help. And we can also pay off pirates if we really don't want to deal with them. Let's land on deep. What? Wait, well, to be fair, watching a movie requires you to like pay attention and keep stuff in mind, and you know. Oh, hello, Oink. How you doing? you you joined in on the last leg of this stream. Uh, but yeah, I mean, a movie is really just because you have to be mindful of what's happened for the last hour, just how it all interconnects. Whereas random YouTube videos or even shorter uh, shows, they go like 20 minutes or something, usually have less stuff to keep track of at the same time. Whereas a movie is a whole unit of stuff. Deep is a sparsely populated world of small island archipelagos. Archipelagos. What are they? Archipelagos. Surrounded by vast expanses of empty ocean. There is not enough land for any large cities or serious industry to emerge, so most of the inhabitants live in small fishing villages. The climate is temperate and Earth-like, but the sunlight is somewhat dimmer than what you are used to. The fishing settlements are actually the second colonization attempt on this planet. In the early days of hyperdrive, the Kingsborough Corporation sent out what was then one of the largest and most technologically advanced colonization fleets, penetrating deep into the then unexplored southern galactic rim. After 2 centuries of sporadic and guarded contact, the colony fell silent, and when human expansion finally reached this area again, no trace of the original colony was found. Damn. Maybe I can relate to that. Maybe. Let's just see how we can get to Kappa Centauri. And time is running out, my dudes. Time is running out, both in-game and IRL. Why are you guys so tired? Get some sleep, my dudes. Aldehyde mine. Okay, let's land on... Wait, what plans do we have? We've got Glaze and Charm Station. Yeah, let's land on Glaze. No. Glaze. Thank you. Glaze is a varied world, with everything from sunny beaches to frozen tundra, but it is perhaps best known for its sandstones, canyons, and deserts. This world's wildlife has never been studied in great detail. Local rumors tell about an alien species of canyon people who live in caves in some of the deepest canyons, leading to a constant stream of visiting xenobiologists. The scientific consensus, however, is that these sightings have only been of reclusive ape-like species that lives in the canyons and is not known to dig caves or show any other sign of civilization. Yeah, it is a cute game. Hello local map, thank you very much. Oh, we kinda running out of money here. Let's hope we get to that thingy in time, or we're gonna have what is a tactical scanner? Ooh, that's pretty nice for once we want to go into battle. We got a brig, we got liquid nitrogen cooler. Nice. A shipyard. Oh, the Argosy. The Argosy is pretty nice. You don't want to get schmick-bobbed. Well, no, not. Let's not sell our ship accidentally. Kappa Centauri. Ooh, yes. Papers to cornucopia. 12,000. Oh no, it's one of those. There's a lot of pirates. We could retire happily, but do we want that? Okay, let's land on Solace first and sell them some industrial goods. Well, we don't have any space. But let's just hope we don't get attacked and killed as we travel there. Yeah, every time you hear that that siren, that's pirates entering the system. Or any type of hostile ship. But yeah, why do I land here first? Because that will give us a quick save. So when we now venture into pirate space and inevitably get killed multiple times, it doesn't take that long to try again. Solace is a fertile world that was already home to Earth-like vegetation and animals, even before the first settlers arrived. It has now been inhabited for nearly half a millennium, and sprawling cities cover much of its surface. In addition to being one of the major metropolitan centers of the galactic south, Solace is best known as the home of Delta V Corporation, makers of plasma engines and rockets of various sorts. So let's check that out. Oh, they've got some modified blasters, which trade energy to increase power. Also modified blaster turret. There's some heavy rockets here. Nice. A breeder reactor. That's kind of hot. Some fuel cells. Oh yeah, here's some photovoltaic panels that give us some solar collection, which doesn't really tell us, but this regenerates us fuel. I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, look at the Tyrant plasma thrusters. Yeah. Let's buy a local map. We're running low on credits, but Cornucopia is right there. And they do enjoy some electronics. We can do that, okay. Please no pirates. Please no pirates. Well, please. Please no pirates, please no pirates, please no. Oh, that's a lot of pirates. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Leave me alone, leave me alone, no, leave me alone. We did it, we did it. We get 12,000 credits and also 19,000 credits and also 100,000 credits. Oh my god! Ah, that was good. And I'll read through some of this and then I'm gonna call it, actually. How do I get back to there? Cornucopia is a mostly agrarian world. Like several of its neighbors, it has been inhabited since the early days of interstellar travel. That's my alarm going off. Whoops. Early days of interstellar travel, when settlers seeking to get as far as possible from old Earth and its troubles landed here. Through careful stewardship and attention to the rhythms and balances of nature, generation after generation of farmers have transformed this world into one of the most fertile in human space. The Cornucopia College of Agriculture is famous, and justly so. From orbit, most of the landmass seems covered with a bizarre pixelated pattern. On approach, this results in a vast patchwork of fields and irrigation circles. That's kind of fun. Like, imagine being in a spaceship looking out at the world and you just see pixels, and it's all farmlands. Spaceport. I hope you check your shoes for invasive species before setting foot on my planet. The last thing we want is for our crops to get infected with the Arcturian blight. The spaceport in Cornucopia is a set of massive hangars in the center of a wide open plain. Before leaving your ship, you had to sign several documents regarding the use and disposal of various chemicals used in ship operations, and the Department of Agriculture requires that any luggage you bring on or off-world be submitted to a scan for biological material. When you leave your hangar, you find yourself in an immense farmer's market with hundreds of fruit and grains that you do not even know words for. The smell of this world is rich and earthy, You feel like you could almost receive all the nourishment your body needs just by breathing this air. So yeah, that was today's stream. Dude, if some person of that prominence entered chat, I'd be over the moon. But yeah, this is where I'll. Damn, we got quite some viewers now. It's my OBS is telling me at least. But yeah, this has been my stream on Endless Skies, and I hope you enjoyed your time with that. It's a game I like to play every now and then casually. Been a while since the last time, but it's quite fun, and we haven't even gotten deep into the numbers yet, into what kind of jazz we got going there. Hey, come on, no, let me readjust your window. There we go. Yeah, there's gonna be some math happening later down the line, but not just yet. I mean, we've done some. Actually, what's our? Oh, dude, we could almost pay off the rest of our mortgage. But I'll do that on screen next time. So yeah, that was the stream. If you want to hang out with me on Discord off stream, because I don't have a set schedule yet, you will find a link to my public server, my public Twitch Discord in my about page. Also there you will find a YouTube link to where I upload the VODs of this. You can find most of my streams on that YouTube channel. They're all uncut and unedited, just as God created them. Nah, just as I streamed them with all the bits and pieces and technical problems and all that good stuff. And there's a second link to another YouTube channel where I upload, or will be uploading edited stuff, edited videos that I record in my off time with my friends. We have one video out as of yet, but there's more coming. So feel free to check that out. And if you feel like being informed on when I stream next, feel free to follow me, and I'll appreciate that. But yes, that's my stuff. I hope you did enjoy your time. I hope whatever time it is for you, you have a good day, a good night, good noon, whatever. And thank you very much for stopping by. So, yeah. Goodbye!